Hi folks, welcome back into the channel. Moza here. Something a little bit different for you today. Normally you'd see Football Manager or you'd see general football content on here, but I've taken a step into the Metaverse. We're going to talk today about a little game called Footium. So what's Footium, I hear you ask? Right, let's start at the very beginning. If you already know about crypto and how it works, you can probably skip ahead to the timestamp up there, but otherwise I'll take you through just a very basic overview and we'll get right into it from there. So, Footium is a Football Manager style game that is based in the Ethereum cryptocurrency blockchain. Ethereum's the second biggest crypto behind Bitcoin, which I suspect even if you don't know cryptocurrency, you'll probably have heard of. But where this is different is it is an NFT based game. Now, hold up. Hear me out. I know they've got a bad rep. That is just perception. Let me explain. So, we're not talking NFTs in terms of computer generated art here. We are talking NFTs with utility. What do I mean by that? So, in Footium, you buy your football club. There are 8 tiers. Every tier doubles in size, so the Premier League Tier 1 has 12 teams, next tier has 24 teams, so on and so forth, all the way down to the bottom tier. In total there's 3,060 clubs. Each of those clubs is owned by someone, so it's different from your normal video game sphere where you just put up Football Manager and take over a club. With Footium you actually own that club and you can sell it as well, so you can buy and sell as many as you like, but the more successful you are, in theory, the more worthwhile it could be financially. Now it's important at this point that I make you all aware, you probably know, but I am not qualified to give any financial advice, so you should not be basing any decisions that you make based on what I tell you in this video. I have made a personal decision to get involved with this project after doing a lot of research into it, and I recommend every single one of you does so if you're considering getting involved in any NFT slash kind of cryptocurrency sphere type game or any investment full stop. You need to be comfortable with what you're doing before you jump in. It took me a good few weeks to get there. I now am at a level where I am comfortable with it. Take your time, don't rush into anything. The worst thing you can do is have a regret by jumping in too early. Hopefully this video will help you a starting point, and I'll put links in the description below with all sorts of information from the Footium team and from other people that have talked about the game as well. So without getting too deep into things just now, because in a future video I'll tell you from first step to last step how to buy a club and how to get started, let's leave that for now, because all you want just now is information on how this game works. Say you've got your club, you're ready to rumble, what can you expect? So you've got your club and it's hosted in what's called a wallet. I personally use MetaMask, but there's all sorts of different options on that front, so again, do your research, whatever one you're comfortable with, fire on, go from there. When you've got your club, when you go to the Footium website, it will link into your wallet, so you will always log in with your password. It doesn't need to be said really, but don't give that password to anyone. But it will know what club you own, and this is where the utility of the NFT comes in, because only you can log in to the website with your club, given it's hosted in your wallet, which is connected to your browser. No one else can do that unless you decide to make them your assistant manager and give them a secondary login, which isn't quite there yet, but it is coming. And when you get there, it's not quite ready yet. I will have a beta review as soon as the playtest starts this month. It's only in a week or two, but you will have 20 players. That squad of 20 players you need to manage. So you'll pick your tactics, you'll decide who plays. At the end of every season, you'll have 10 new players will arrive from your academy, and it's up to you if you keep them, if you move them on, if you let them go on a free. Again, you're the football manager, but it's very reminiscent of an early days Championship Manager, and I'll drop a link in the description as well for the test that he did with Tom FM hosting a kind of Gillette Soccer Saturday special of the Division 1 tournament. It was a good laugh, and it'll give you a good idea of what to expect when the game launches. So I've told you already, there's 3,060 clubs. Your aim every season is to win your league. Simple as that. Win your league, get promoted. If you win your league when you're in Division 1, you're the overall champion. Well, what's better than that? You can make a tidy profit when you sell your club on at that point. But there's other things to play for as well. If you finish second, you enter a promotion playoff to go up. If you finish bottom 3, then you're relegated unless you're in the bottom tier. So there's a lot of movement going to be there. There's obviously loads and loads of leagues, given they're all 12 team leagues and there's over 3,000 teams. So expect teams to go up and down regularly, and the seasons are quick as well. So there was a recent vote between the owners, and again, this is something else to bear in mind with Footium. It's driven by people that own clubs, and votes go out on different things. I personally had a vote in this, and a lot of other people, I think there's now over 1,000 of us that own clubs, decided to make the games half an hour long instead of 90 minutes. So you'll play 22 games a season. That'll last a month. There will be a wee break at the end of it when you get your new players through, 10 a season. But it's quick turnaround times as well. 1 game a day, and it's not going to be taking over your life, which I think is an important thing to bear in mind. You'll hear a lot of stories from these kind of games, your NFT games, or games that almost ask too much of you and it's too much to keep going. This seems to strike the right balance in my point of view. Half an hour a day, I think that's fine. So let's try and round things off, just to give you some bullet points to consider while you're reading up on Footium and you're deciding whether it might be something that might interest you. First things first, it is a game that's based in cryptocurrency where you will own your club. However, you do need to buy it, and you need to buy it in Ethereum. So first consideration is you're going to have to put a fair bit of money into it. You will need to have that money converted into cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency by its nature is volatile, changes in value all the time, so that's a risk that you need to bear in mind. But when you have bought your club, you'll need to keep an eye on it daily. Like, it won't take you too much time to sort your tactics, to sort your formations and so on, but it is still going to take a commitment of time, not just of money, from yourself. And you're going to be up against other people in the same boat who are going to be looking to do the same thing that you want to do. Everyone wants to win the league, everyone wants to get their club further up the rankings to essentially gain value and maybe even sell them on at a profit at some point. So you are in direct competition with all these people. It's not going to be easy. That 8th tier is going to be mental, I'll tell you that. But in a good way, I feel like it'd be good banter, good competition. And one thing I definitely recommend, that there's already a community building in the Discord channels. Get into the Footium Discord. You'll see me in there, quite active. A lot of the guys in there are quite active. Different experience levels. You've got some that have been involved in different projects that have similarities. Like a lot of the guys from Z Racing came over, the horse racing NFT game, so they understand this side. And you've got people like me who are novices, who are just learning as we go. But it's a great place to be and ask questions and get help. And ultimately, it's a really positive atmosphere in there just now, with people happy to give each other tips and hints and so on. We'll see if it lasts that way when we get into the games and the nitty gritty of stuff, but till then, get in there and enjoy the chat. And I'll sign off just to give you a rough idea of what you can expect in terms of your costs to get involved initially. When people first signed up to mint the clubs, so 3,060 clubs went up and nobody knew what division they would be in, what their names would be. It was a shot in the dark, and it was 0.05 Ethereum that people paid up at that point. So you're talking in the realms of $200 and so, and people took a punt. They would wait and see what happened. They could have ended up with a tier 1 team that they've gone for 8 full Ethereum at one point, I've noticed, or you could have ended up with a bottom tier team. I got lucky and got mine quite cheap for Penn City. Again, I'll drop the link to Penn City's Twitter account down below so you can keep tabs on my exploits. But it was 0.042 Ethereum, so below the mint price that I managed to get mine. You're not going to get that now, because I've actually had to re-record this video this morning. When I mentioned Zed there, the guys from Zed jumped over and suddenly the price has shot up. So you're talking around about $800 at the moment to get a club that might well settle down though. If you can't afford a club, don't worry about it, because as I said, there are different ways of getting involved, one of which will be through my plans. And I'll let you in on these now just to finish off. I own 2 clubs. As things stand, my plan is to run one myself, but to let you guys run the other. So I will get someone to take, say, 2 games at a go. We'll need 11 managers over a season. When we get to the end of that season, we might either give the club away or we can keep it going with Maurice managing as we go. So I just think it's a nice way to give people a kind of a trial run, dip their toes in without getting financially implicated. You can see if it's right for you before you make such a big commitment, and yeah, we'll have some fun with it. So if you guys get it promoted, might even do some sharing the profits if we sell the club. We'll work something out anyway. But if you are interested in joining in with that, drop a comment down below. Obviously give me any other thoughts you might have down below as well in the comments. If you can give me a little like in the video if it's been useful in any way, please do so as well, and fire away with any questions, because while I'm just learning about the game, I have done a lot of reading and a lot of research into it to make myself comfortable that this is something I want to get involved in, given the risks involved. I've had to get to that stage, so I can either answer myself or I can direct you to one of the guys behind the project itself, and they can answer questions at that point as well. But thank you very much for watching this video. There'll be another one coming shortly that will tell you step by step how to buy a club, and a little couple of other things that you might want to consider a wee bit more in depth about the game itself. From there we'll get into the beta playtests and show you how the actual system works and the tactics and so on as well. So look out for that. Until then, I've been Moza. Drop a sub if you've enjoyed the content, if you want more, and I will see you in the next one.